Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. Everyone, thanks for joining on Sunday night. It means so much to have you all here. A really special occasion. I choose the weirdest time. Oop, what's going
Hi,
on?
I'm Bixby.
All right. I know I choose the weirdest times, but I get to y'all when I can. So while everybody comes in, I just want to go ahead and prepare the space as usual. You're going to hear some Tibetan singing bowl. Hey April, how are you? Y'all, my friends are the best. They always come in first. They always come in first. Oh my goodness, April. Well, I hope this entertains you while you're headed to work. So, everyone, this is my sound alchemy that I do to help clear the space. Tibet singing bowl is great for that. I definitely recommend it. Also, tuning forks. I do have those as well. Next, I'm going to be burning. Next, I'm going to be burning some sage tonight and my Palo Santo. I hope everybody had an amazing day. Mine was spectacular from beginning to end. Very motivating. As you sage, you all thank the plant, the spirit of the plant, for helping to clear this space. Thank it for the intentions that you're setting. I'm just going through my chakras right now. I'm thanking the plant for the knowledge that's about to be transmitted, the community that we're building. Thank you. Thank you for the ability to improve our lives with this information. Thank you for our ancestors and spirits that we can connect and develop relationships with posthumously. Thank them for all their sacrifices and wisdom that they've shared. Next up, we're going to thank Palo Santo. Who else is here? I know April's here. Who else is in the building or in the virtual building? Ooh, I got some ashes going. Okay. All right, that's that. Um, I have some holy water that I have prepared. And I want to light a candle and then we'll be ready to get started. I hope everybody had an amazing day. Sharina! Everybody. Y'all, Sharina is my best friend ever. Please welcome Sharina here, everybody. It's just you right now, April, but please welcome her. Sharina, I need to call you, and I will be calling you. So right now I'm preparing the space, you all. Sharina. Yes, we need to. I know you have a lot to share with me, and you know I always have some crazy stuff to tell you. Sharina, y'all, that is my best friend. My best friend is here. My best friend is here. My best. Y'all. All right. Everyone, all right, so let's prepare for the invocation. Great Spirit, thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you for all that you do for us constantly. Thank you for the wisdom that you share and bestow upon us. Thank you for the community that we're building. Thank you for the healing that we're doing. Thank you for the knowledge that we're gaining. Thank you for all of my loved ones, especially the ones that are here with me tonight. Thank you for communication with our ancestors, the shoulders on which we stand. Um, the ancestors, the forebears of which we are the physical embodiment. Thank you for an opportunity to just share in community and wisdom, to share love and light, and to raise our vibrations. Amen, Ashe, and so it is. Whew. Y'all, my energy is high right now. Forgive me, I need to go get one thing, and Sharina, you know what it is. Oh, excuse me. So, you all, how are you tonight? It's just two of y'all right now, but I know some people will be joining later. That's typically what happens. So, y'all, my best friend got me this amulet that I've been wearing, which was the perfect gift at the time and very necessary in the work that I do. Y'all have seen it before. I hate when I leave this at home because I'm rushing to get to work. I left it at home today and I was pissed, but I'm definitely going to wear it now. It has the flower of life engraved on it. Jessica Fletcher has a someone one in obsidian. And then, y'all, I've started wearing my Moldavite again. I let it rest during the last moon cycle, but I've been wearing it again, and it always creates magic. Yes, April, tell her. All right, everybody. Well, welcome. Y'all know what tonight is about. With no further ado, is that the word to use? We're going to talk about some ancestor money. So, y'all, I have to credit Pretty Boss because her videos were the first time I ever saw or heard about ancestor money. And of course, you know, SLE Myers and the people that she learned from. So I don't know how much I've shared with y'all previously, but I've been a bit hesitant to start my ancestor altar because I always heard, thank you, April. April, you're the best. Thank you. I did share in the groups, April, but if you could repost, that's cool. Um, I heard once years ago that once you start giving to ancestors, you have to continue giving. You can't just start and stop. And it sounded burdensome to me. And so I was very reluctant or hesitant for a long time to start that process, especially because I didn't really know what working with spirits was all about. Jessica, we were just talking about you. Guess what I'm wearing tonight? You know, we're twinsies. My best friend bought this for me, and my best friend is here tonight, Sharina. Um, Sharina, she has the obsidian one. I have the lapis one. Lapis is my stone. Y'all. So, yeah, I wasn't really familiar with working with spirits at the time, and it just sounded like a burden. It sounded like something I did want to do eventually, but it just sounded like just knowing myself at the time years ago. I was like, I don't know if I can do anything consistently. So it was crazy. But as I've developed spiritually and as I've been exposed to ancestor veneration, I started to get the desire to work with my ancestors. So I gradually allowed myself to do it. And y'all, I initiated, yes, Jessica, it's an amulet. You know, it really helps protect you and stuff like that. So I gotta have mine. So I eased into the process and I'm happy that I did because it's something that's really special, really sacred, really powerful, you know. When you're ready spiritually, you definitely need to do it. I highly recommend it. So I'm pretty new at this, to be honest. Like I set up informally a little space to start my ancestor veneration, or some people are reluctant to say worship. I'm not. um, so I set up an area informally, but then with the new moon, I set up a more permanent area. Um, And you all, if you never set an altar up, there is something about when you finally arrange your altar and you light the candles for the first time and the incense, it's magical. So when I did that, y'all, it was magic. And it's still not like formally set up, but I just put it in a more permanent location. So even though it was like not the real deal, it was still like magical. So anyway, set that up. I have been using Ancestor Money with a friend that I connected with, a deceased friend, and helping to communicate with him. So I've been using them for a while, but now I use it for my actual ancestors. And it's a really crazy, like really awesome thing to do. One thing with a lot of the religion that we practice in modern day is we're kind of swayed not to venerate our ancestors because we see it as like not worshiping God or like doing some other. Y'all, this is the natural process, natural state for African Americans and many other cultures. You know, when you talk about pre-colonial religions and things like that, like it's very natural to work with your ancestors. Like they're seen, first of all, we are our ancestors. Let's start there. I'm physically composed of DNA from my ancestors. Yes, Jessica, you know what I'm talking about. I'm my ancestors projected into the future, you know, and were I to have kids, they would be me projected into the future. Like we're connected. So by working with them, you're really working with yourself. Um, so it's a really powerful practice, and a lot of people are hesitant to do it. But when you just understand that this is what is natural for us or a natural way of being, it's a really powerful practice. And you'll learn how a lot of modern religion actually cuts us off from our own power. Y'all know I'm all about empowerment, so I highly recommend it, okay? So, ancestor money. The whole idea behind ancestor money is that you are venerating your ancestors and you're keeping their memory alive. Also, you're giving them energy. Like if you think about this realm, and y'all, whenever I share information, a lot of it is collected from other sources, so I will credit it when I can remember. But you know, the main thing that determines what who has power in this realm is money, right? Well, in the next realm, or one of the other dimensions realms, whatever the spirit realm is, the thing that determines who's like who has power or who is the heavy hitter is energy. That's the way that spirits work in deceased individuals. So they're always trying to find sources of energy. By you maintaining an ancestor altar, you're giving energy to your loved ones, your deceased ones who actually compose who you are. So you're actually establishing a relationship with them and you're allowing them to do things for you and you're doing things for them. It's a mutually beneficial situation. So that's the whole premise behind ancestor money. Is practiced in many different cultures. Ancestor veneration. Money is one way that you can give offerings to them, but it's practiced in many different cultures. I go to the local Chinese shop, and I live in DC, so I'm very fortunate to be able to go to one that's well stocked. There's a whole Chinatown here, so I purchased mine that way. I've heard you can actually create your own money, and I think that's a really cool concept. It comes in many different forms, you all, and like it may be hard to imagine that this is a real thing if you're not used to practicing it, but you don't have to accept it, everything that I say as is. It's really the concept behind it. So, like, you can pay tribute to your ancestors with food, with liquor, with incense, with different things that they enjoyed, and then you can do it with ancestor money as well. So, let's just get right to it. The things that I'm going to show you all are things I've collected from two trips recently. And I'll tell you all, you don't need as much stuff as I have. I actually, this is like a little mini announcement. I don't want to say too much, but I offer a service which utilizes a lot of ancestor money and offerings, and so I have an abundance of it. But you really don't need that much to get started. I recommend just starting with a small pack, and I'll show you some of the different kinds that are available. But when you start with something like that, I'm offering a service where I'm going to need to like use a lot of it, so I have an abundance of it, and it comes in many different forms, you all. So we'll get into that later. Now, before I move any further, I just want to tell you all what I remind you this every single time, and I hope y'all still believe me because every time I say it, I'm showing y'all something new. But don't get caught up in capitalism or materialism or buying things just for the sake of buying them, okay? Um, I like to buy things secondhand when I can. I like to have people donate things that they're not using anymore. Like, get out of that capitalistic, materialistic mindset that we're in the United States. This is not about that. This is about honoring your ancestors, okay? So, I did purchase these items from a store today because that's my access point to the ancestor money. But it's y'all, when we do things that are spiritual, it's not who has the most wins, okay? That's not how it works. It's more about your intention. Make sure you have the right intention, okay? All right, everybody. Please comment below. I love hearing your comments. I love that y'all take time out of your day or night to join me. If any of this is interesting, let me know. If any of y'all have worked with this before, let me know. If y'all have any questions, please comment. So, all right, y'all, before we get into the ancestor money, I found this. I was at Michael's the other day, and this was deeply discounted at the time I bought it. It's normally like $20 a pack or $19 according to the prices that were displayed, but they had a sale for $6. Sharina, you're gonna love this. And anybody that does scrapbooking, you'll know what this is. I was not familiar, but this is a special paper pack. It's called the Prism Magic. All right, this theme is Prism Magic, and I loved it because it was crystals. It's a paper pad, and what it is you can do many different projects with this fancy paper. So if you're into scrapbooking, you'll be more familiar with it. I didn't know. Okay, good, Sharina. I need you to tell me how to use them because I've got ideas, but I'm not well versed in this. So, y'all, this is for the winter. You see the snowflakes? Oh yeah, Jessica, you definitely don't have to use it. It's just very convenient, the Ancestor Money, because it's fairly cheap. Like I said, you can even make it yourself. It's just paper and it's easy to burn. It's something you can give to them that's very low maintenance. All right, this is interesting. So, y'all, the point of this, from what I understand, and like I said, this is all new to me. These papers you can use, especially with the magic that we do. You can do it for writing your intentions. You can use it to decorate your altar, decorate candles with. I just love the whole vibe of these images. I think it's magical. I'm really into stars, and so that's something that I can do. All right, this pad has crystals all throughout, and I'm all about crystals and crystal energy. So this is something I would use to write an intention for a ritual or just something I want to focus on in my life in the center. And then I have the surrounding crystals to sort of crystallize that. Ugh. All right. Um, so this is kind of cool, and it's just decorative. So if you want to make your altar pretty, make your candles pretty, you can just wrap this around the candles, and then the light from within will illuminate it. This has some special messages in there, and these can be used as cards. You can send them to your loved ones. This one says, "Oh, what fun!" Can you imagine like energizing a spell or intention by putting that up, or writing things that you find fun? Yeah, Trina, I'm definitely gonna make some greeting cards with it. I would love to see this. Y'all, look at this. Y'all see the metallic crystals at the bottom? Just something really magical to and fun to get into the holiday spirit. This is something you can write an intention and frame it and put on your wall. And once again, it has the crystals. So this is something fun that I bought. I'm not used to it, and I'm definitely going to experiment with it and let y'all know how that goes. Okay, y'all, dream big, sparkle more, shine bright. Great stuff to have for the holiday season and intention setting. All right, so that was bought at Michael's. You all, they have a ton of them in a bunch of different themes. This one just stood out to me, and I was just like, I gotta have it. So they're normally like $19. I got it for $6. Um, they even have all these little things. Tons of inspiration. All right. So, y'all, the very first, yes, right, Sharina, we all do. The very first pack of Ancestor Money that I bought was this pack right here. And what I love about this one is they're in all different denominations. It's super colorful, very exciting to use. And y'all, this gentleman on the front, this is the Jade Emperor. So the idea behind the Jade Emperor is that he's on the other side. He's kind of like the dealer of all the money. He handles money flow and like bank. Oh, another thing, you all, the ancestor money. Some people believe that like spirits can acquire debt in their lifetime and have debt on the other side. So by you giving money to them, it's just like say you have a friend in prison, they need money on their books so they can buy things or whatever. So by you burning this money, it's like giving them money to pay off that debt and to buy things that they need. And by them having their debt settled and by you giving them this money, it's like giving them energy so they can do different things for you on their side and you're doing things for them on our side. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship. But the Jade Emperor is kind of the one that oversees all that. Like I said, you don't have to believe this literally. This is more of a you can if you want. You certainly can if you want. But this is more of a gesture. And if y'all want to learn more about it, SLE Myers has great videos. Pretty Boss has great videos. This is not new information that I'm sharing. Ashira, fans of Ashira, Star Goddess, she has great videos. This pack now, not only does it have the different denominations, but it has credit cards. So that's something really fun that I like to do. Y'all, excuse me, I have a little spill from my holy water. I just want to like clean it out real quick. Now, um, one of the points that I want to make sure that you understand is, y'all, this is not, it should not be expensive. Um, I'm fortunate enough, yes, April, I'm fortunate enough to have a store that has a wide variety of ancestor money here in DC. But if you don't live at a place that has a wide variety, you can order it online. I just want to tell everybody, like, be resourceful when you purchase this because there are people that charge a lot of money for this and it shouldn't be expensive. Like, if you live in a major city, it's easy to have access to it. But if you don't be fooled. Like, is this right here, and this is one of the more expensive packs. I think this was like $6. This one that I'm going to share with you all, $6. Um, all right, so that's one form. And then, y'all, we have more traditional forms. So this is one, and y'all, unfortunately, I haven't read a lot of information about this. I've done a little bit of research, but I need to find a good website that describes what each one is because these all have like different uses. And the people in your store, if you talk to them, they will tell you like the intention behind them and what they are. But like, there's so many different types. It's really important to research. This is a beautiful one. It's more traditional, and you see it has that gold on there. And it's a good portion, you all. This one is maybe, I think it was like $3. This is another traditional form, you all. Chinese, and I want to understand what the different meanings are. But a lot of people make versions that look like US dollars, and that's really cool. When I was at the store the last time, they had those there. They're great. Personally, I don't care if it says US or not because we're not in the United States. This is for your spirits. And y'all, I don't need a bunch of old white men on my money to make it feel like it's real. Like this is traditional. This is what they've used for a long period of time. So I'm totally fine burning this type of stuff. Um, Now, the spirit money is not just bills, you all. They make other things. Oh, by the way, this is another. It does look like napkins, right, Jessica? This is another form that I got. So this was $7. And y'all see how much money that is? It's stacks. So this is gonna last me for a while, especially with the client work that I do, because you have to really build their energy up so that they can communicate with you. So once again, you see the Jade Emperor on there. Y'all, I've worked with the Jade Emperor with visualizations. He's really fun to work with and definitely helps your prosperity. Um, so these are all the same denomination, I'm pretty sure. When you do start shopping for ancestral money, you don't like a little goes a long way. You don't have to buy a ton because it's just paper, so they give you a bunch at a time. Um, One of the cooler things that I found, so I talked to one of the shopkeepers and they told me about this. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is Kuan Yin on the front. But what this is, y'all, is fabric that you can burn for your loved ones that did like that were seamstresses or like sewed or created the fashion. So this is multicolored fabric that you can burn so that they can make clothes on the other side. I thought that was really neat and cool. This is only $2, you all. None of this stuff should be expensive. I personally found that really cool. All right, what is this? My wine key. All right. Next up, what is this? Yeah, right, Serena? Okay, I'm gonna get to that later. All right, y'all. So this is really fun. So when I was doing my last service for a client, they had these special packs you can buy. One is for men, one is for women. And you open it up. They're not crazy. I think they're like $7 too. You open it up and they have all these different things for them. So one was like a watch, one was like a hat and clothing for men. They make it for women as well. One's like a car. One's like it's just like a bunch of things. It's really fun. And you burn the whole thing, so I burned it for the client because this is how you give them energy to communicate. Now I'm dropping stuff. Ugh. Um, so this is a similar thing. I bought the box. I didn't know what was in it. And I opened it up today. And when I saw the contents, it reminded me of one of those packs. And so I was like, let me share this for the video. This is the inspiration for it. So it comes in this pack like this. This thing means something. I want to Google the meaning because you see these stands and then you see these little gold shapes right here. This is something traditional. So I bought a box of these gold things the last time and burned them. And I'm just really curious to learn about their tradition. But they definitely mean prosperity. So I was expecting these bars when I opened the box up, but that's not what it was. Actually, all of these things, and I want to learn more, you all. That's how the pack looks. So there are all these little cloves that you can burn. And what I like about this is you can burn multiple ones for like your multiple ancestors, okay? These are so freaking cute. And then if you look at the little wheel, it looks like this money right here. So this pack has several of them. And y'all sounds so country. Um, so just like they have the fabric, you have the clothing. You can buy train passes. You can buy passports. You can buy like a bunch of different things. So it's really fun, and especially because you're trying to communicate with spirits and get them over on this side. I think the passports are really cool. Here's some more bills. This one is in denomination of $5 million, spirit dollars. A flag. I don't even know what this is. I'm gonna have to do my research. But y'all see that little shape again? It's got the big one. So you get two of those. Aren't these beautiful? These probably have some sort of prayer and print on them for prosperity. These look like the little Mexican flags that they make for Dia de los Muertos. Look at the back of this one. Yo, let me know if you like these things. I think they're really cool. Um, so this pack is good, y'all. It was expensive. It was more, I think it was like, was it $7? But it's chock full of stuff. So I'm now that I'm seeing how much is in it, I'm like, okay, that was definitely worth the expense. Some more of the money like the other one with the gold on it. These are so freaking pretty. Y'all, some of these I probably wouldn't even burn. I would just keep them like around my house in a certain area. And then these little things. Y'all, there's tons of stuff. I'm not gonna show y'all everything, but y'all get the idea. So that pack will be fun. And y'all, when I have money like that, when I have ancestor items like this, these I'll use for a special occasion. You burn the bills every day. to pay tribute, but these are like special items you could use. Yeah, aren't they pretty, Sharina? So these are things that I would burn for like a full moon, or if there's a special holiday like Dia de los Muertos, or if it's somebody's birthday, like you want to save them. This is a gold bar that comes with the pack. All right. Are y'all having fun yet? I am. So that once again, that was this box right here. This was $6. All right. Y'all, this is my channel. I've been starting to use it more. Go on ahead, like, subscribe, ring the bell, click the bell notification if you enjoy these videos. I do have a wide range of topics, and I'm going to be putting a lot more videos out. So, y'all, I have a new deity that I've been working with. I'm not going to say the name yet, but when I went to the store today, I saw this, and I knew it was for him. This is a lotus flower made out of ancestor money. And y'all, I don't typically burn ancestor money for deities. I say that for spirits and ancestors. But this had his name all over it. So you see the little bills they have the lotus on there. And then they don't have this all the time. Somebody handmade this, and it was only like two available in the store. So I was really happy to find this. And I'm going to incorporate this in my full moon ritual because I'm going to show y'all something else that I got. I used to have these a long time ago. They're candle holders, and they broke since. So I'm going to be very careful with these. But I've been eyeing these in the store for a while. I got this beautiful lotus flower. And the really cool thing about this one is it has a mirror base. So y'all look at how sparkly that is. And the mirror is reflective, so you could do some scrying in the mirror. And it's just really freaking pretty. And y'all, flowers remind us about sacred geometry. Y'all see that's a Star of David or a Merkaba or whatever you want to call it. So this is really powerful. I can't wait to work with that. That's going on the altar once I burn this for the full moon. All right. Jessica, this is an object I got from my new deity that I'm working with. Yeah, sure. You know, I used to love those things, and this was cool. They're not candle holders, but they're very similar. These actually came in different colors in the store, y'all. They had like little colored tips on them. I chose to go with the clear one, but they had all different kinds of colors. All right. All right, y'all. This is something extra special. This is what I've been waiting to show you all. And let me see if I have scissors. So, y'all, one thing that I've been really concerned about with the offerings is, leaving candles lit when you're away from the house, leaving candles lit at night. And there's ways to do that. But I just think it's a good practice to try to avoid that as much as possible. I'm sure y'all can relate. So, this is something I noticed a while ago in the store. It's a bit more expensive, but I love the idea behind it, so I thought I'd give it a try. This was $9.99. Can anybody guess what this is? And then the other part is sold separately. So I'm about to show you all. If y'all can guess what it is, let me know. Yes, Jessica, you got it right, but what kind is the question? It's a special kind. I knew once I got on this video, I wouldn't know how to open it. I just don't want to destroy the box. It's on there. No, not charcoal, Sharina. If I can get this open, I will tell you. Anybody else? Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie. This is cool because y'all, this is the realm of spirit. It doesn't have to be physical. You can do things that are symbolic and metaphoric, and it works the same way. So this is an electric incense holder. And then the inserts, they're actually sold separately. So these are the inserts. Yeah, Strina got it. So these are sold separately. They are $7. So altogether, this unit is like $17, which is on the pricier side, but I like that it's electric, it's safer, and it'll probably last you a really long time. So I wouldn't feel bad about leaving my house and having this going. As far as how well they work, I don't have any experience, so I will let you all know. Oh shit. So let's see if it works, you all. Plugging it in. There it goes. One, two. Ooh. Y'all, on top of this being a cool spiritual practice, it's just freaking fun to learn about other cultures. You know, when I started going to the Chinese store, I thought it was just a trinket shop because it's in Chinatown. It's kind of like um, touristy. But I started to realize that all the objects that they sold in there had a like spiritual property or they're like feng shui items. And so it's been fun learning about their culture. All right, I'm gonna figure out how to put the rest in later. But they comes in three, you all, and they just are inserted into the base just like that. And it has a little, oh, this is neat. It has a little piece in on the inside, I guess, to burn incense in. That's cool. Y'all, when you start burning ancestor money, they have little pots you can purchase to burn them in too, and they have a special incense to burn with it, so you can purchase them all together. I recommend it. It's inexpensive. One little thing of incense, it's like a whole, like you see how thick this is? That's how much incense you get. All right. That's just about everything I bought. I have one last thing. So, you all, when you start working with your ancestors, you'll give them offerings, and it's really good to have little dishes. So these come from the Chinese store. These are like little rice bowls. They're short and shallow. You can give your offerings to them with these dishes. They're the perfect size and they're beautiful. So this one will be for my grandmother, who has really been reaching out, and I can't wait to work with her. And then these two I haven't decided who they'll be for, but it's really important to have individual dishes for each one that you're actively working with. So these are gorgeous. And once again, this was $1.50. Don't break the bank if you don't have to. So that's pretty much it, you all. Thank you all for joining me. Now, if y'all would like to have a little discussion about my experiences, we're 45 minutes in, so I don't like to go over an hour with these videos. But if y'all would like to have a little discussion about my experience, let me know. I'll be happy to share. And if y'all want to share your experiences, I would love to hear. If you have any questions, share that as well. Looks like it's just three of you all tonight, but I know a lot of people catch stuff on the replay, so hopefully they will join in to share. While y'all do decide, I will tell you all, working with the ancestors has been really interesting. I'm pretty much new at it, and but I've known about it for a long time, so it's interesting how when you open yourself up, like they really start to support you. Y'all have seen one of my other videos that I had a dream about my grandmother like months ago, and I didn't understand it at the time, and then just like around the time of Halloween, it all clicked. It all made sense. So since then, I've noticed that even more things about the dream and how it's very timely with what I'm doing. Like there are other people who are involved, and they're basically reaching out. I ended up with an item of my grandmother's, and it's funny because this was not her personality living, which you should be cautious of because other spirits will try to take advantage of you reaching out to get the energy. But but the way she's done it, I know it's her. So I ended up with her recipe box, sort of by seemingly by happenstance, but I realized after I got it that her recipe box is something that has a ton of her energy in its recipes that she selected. She's handwritten a lot of them, and others she's glued to note cards. And she loved to cook, so it's very important. And it went to another family member originally. Yes, Sharina. Yes, you don't even have to burn it. It's just the energy. But when you burn, it helps get to certain spirits. That's so cool, Sharina. Surprised you've seen it before. So, when you oh, it had a lot of her energy, and I didn't understand when I received it. I just knew that I wanted it because y'all, I love to cook, and that's my connection with my grandmother. But after I got it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is something that I can put on my altar that has her energy all up in it. And it's something I can use to really pay tribute to her. So I have it on my altar. It's super special to me, and it's definitely in the right hands now. The fact that I'm doing this, and then it's in my kitchen right now, y'all. My altar is in my kitchen, which that was not my original plan, but like where it is now is perfect with her recipes. And when I initiated the altar, I prepared a dish that she made all the time. And it was a way that I knew, like, it was so personal. I knew that I was connecting to her, and not only did I make them, I put them on the altar as offerings, but then I shared them with my coworkers, and I told them this is my grandmother's thing that she always used to do. Yeah, Jessica. And they loved the cookies. Of course, I made the vegan version, which were really good. Everybody loved them. I was shocked how much they enjoyed them. But that's a way of like keeping her memory alive, and so it was super like special. And then she's reached out through the dream. She reached out through that, and then I also received a picture, you all, but because I have several ancestors that passed in sort of weird circumstances, which affected my like whole opinion of them and my feelings around them because it wasn't like the most peaceful passing. So, she's one of them. And this picture that I received was a picture of her with a group of her coworkers, not just a family picture or things that I would have expected. This is something totally separate. And it meant so much to me because this is around the time I was establishing the altar. It just came randomly. Somebody texted me the picture. And, ooh, should I show you all? I feel like I should. Everybody, text one if you want me to show you. So it was her with her colleagues, and I really appreciate it because it's meant to me that like there's a whole side of her that like I can appreciate as a grandchild because it's not how I knew her. All right, Jessica. If the other two text, then I'll do it. Otherwise, I won't. Um, as a grandchild, as a family member, I have certain feelings. I remember her in a certain way, but there's a whole other side that. Okay, y'all. Let me get the picture. This is really personal, you all. So like, I'm like, I hope y'all appreciate this. And the only reason I'm doing this, you all, is really to help her. Like, we need to keep our loved ones' memories alive. Yeah, right. Just to like, we appreciate people how we know them, but it helped me understand, like, people are complex and they have all kinds of relationships and stuff. So to get this picture of her and see her in that setting meant so much to me. And I honestly feel like the work that we do together is going to indicate, um, it's going to share sides of me. Yeah, all right, April, I was just about to say that. It's going to share sides and things about her because my grandmother was very mysterious. Like, there's a lot about her that I just don't know. And there are other family members that know more, but like for her, speaking about the past is very painful and very involved. And so, as a grandchild, I always felt like, I wish she would open up more because her legacy and her history is my history, so I feel somewhat entitled to like know things about it. But nobody could ask certain questions because it was just like too painful or it was just like off limits. So in this relationship, it's cool because I feel like I get the opportunity to learn about her and my other ancestors, and it's going to be like a very healing process. So this is the picture I received as a text message, and I went to CVS, blew it up. So this is my grandmother right here, you all. And it's so cool seeing people like in the prime of their life doing things they care about. This is a picture that she took with her nursing sorority. She was one of the founding members. And so, like from this picture, I get to see the friends that she surrounded herself with. I get to learn about her, work life and her friends. And then y'all look at how classy she is. I mean, women back then were all very classy, but to see her like just beautiful, classy, beautiful figure. She's a very strong woman. You see that in her face. So this picture means so, so much to me. Like I'm getting emotional right now. Just I feel my heart chakra opening up. So y'all, it is a very special experience when you work with your ancestors. It can be healing. It's an opportunity to get to know them in brand new ways. And then they can help you out as well, on this plane. They can do things on their side that can really benefit us. And we can do things by keeping their memory alive. So that's her. As far as other offerings, liquor, I've been using rum. And I've heard that rum is especially powerful with African Americans. Um, so I've been venerating them with that. I have used red wine. Coffee is supposed to be good for waking them up. And I've used coffee recently, so I wonder, y'all, today has been such a powerful day. Like, I've been getting messages left and right. I have a whole spiritual team now. I just realized this. Like, it's been building and building, and like, it's been overwhelming because I'm like, I can only have so many altars in my household, y'all. Like, I don't want to. I'm at like about 5 altars right now. And that's a lot. So, but I realized I've been building my spiritual team. So I have my animal spirit guides. I have my ancestors who I'm paying homage to now. I have my deities. I have two of them now, which is actually perfect because I have a male and a female. So like the balance is perfect. I do have an angel that I work with as well. And I have my deceased friend. So like I have a whole freaking team now, you all. I can't deal with many other people. But it's cool because I've heard about people that had that situation. Now it's really interesting. They send me signals, um, and it just feels really good to experience these things. Oh, this is why I want to make this video because you read about these things all the time. And when you're not really initiated, you wonder what it's going to be like. You imagine and you wait for the day, and it seems so far off. But like when you really open yourself up, you learn how not to prejudge anything and also to release a lot of your limiting beliefs. That really allows the magic to flow. And also with me, like coming into alignment with my actual path in life, like this is my work that I'm meant to do. It's done wonders. So like the day will come and you'll be like, man, like I've wanted this to happen for so long. And now like today was one of those days, like they were just sending signals left and right, like, like I went to the store and they had the freaking lotuses. Like, you know, I only had two of them. That's special. Um, if you are attempting to like do these things, understand that like it's not going to be the way that you imagine them. Don't get so caught up in like your imagining. Just open yourself up, you all. Like open yourself up to the experience. That's how it really happens. And validate any signs that you get. Like just assume that that's them, you know? Know that it's going to be illogical. It won't make sense. That's how this stuff works. It's the right brain. And the way the right brain works is the opposite of the left brain. So everything's going to be illogical. It's not going to make sense. Release, let go, and allow stuff to happen in your life. And what was the other tip I was going to give you? Um, yeah, just validate everything that happens. Go with it, record, make sure you're journaling or doing videos like this. Share experiences with people that will help validate them for you. And, you know, always give gratitude. Give gratitude. Show that helps. That's the way of validating them. There was one other really important point. So, oh, you all. So yeah, I've been developing a new skill. I really just don't want to say exactly what it is, but it deals with spirit communication. It's very new for me, and this is one way I'm talking about validating your experiences. I've been called to do it. It's something that's been like assigned to me. And the way I could have approached it was very skeptical. I could say, oh, I'm a beginner, I'm new, I don't know what I'm doing, blah, 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 blah. But if you trust your intuition, you know all the things that you need to know, and the information and wisdom is sent to you. So I got the results back from it, and it was astounding, you all. It's real. The shit's real. And the way you proceed with it is not to question anything. You just go with it. And it will prove itself to be real. So I got the results. It's a new service I'm offering. If you're curious, inbox me and we can talk about it. But I don't want to just put it out there just yet for everybody to indulge in. But it, you know, it's a way of connecting you with your spirits and loved ones, and the results are pretty fantastic. So it's really exciting. I'm still learning, but yeah, everything is as for one thing, everything is as real as you allow it to be. So if anybody's ever like, "Is that real?" Blah 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 blah, it's as real as you allow it to be. Okay. And with that, y'all, we're at 58 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm about to close out. If y'all have any questions, any statements below, you have a minute and a half to express it. Thank you all so much for joining. For those of you that have been participating in the two card challenge in the group, thank you so much, Jessica, April, everybody else. It's been so much fun. I can't wait to do new assignments tomorrow. And please share feedback. Yes, April, you have experience doing that. I like we're gonna have an open forum one day and we're all just gonna talk about it. Because y'all, April's been working with her loved ones and she has some great experiences too. But you know, I'm all about empowerment. That's what this channel, Urban Alchemist, is about. You know, spirituality, empowerment, and embracing your creativity. Yes, April, I was just about to say the same thing. Get your ancestor altar going. They crave it. They send you signals all the time, but you have to be open to receive them. And it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. So, you know, validate them. Do things, even if it's one, oh, and I didn't mention Coco, you all. Coco, that movie describes everything so well. So if you're curious about this, a great resource is Coco. The things they describe in that movie are real and they're very culturally sensitive. So check out that movie. Learn as much as you can. Set up your ancestor altar today. Be patient and just be open to any of the signals you receive. Yes, y'all have a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining.